$1,000. He was turning over $1,000 to 150 workers a week. That is substantial.
Okay.
But with no alignment, with no guidance, true guidance, wholesome guidance, that money is actually being put back into the Western system, of the Western capitalist system, and that doesn't justify totally.
See, but even though if they would have had a political sense,
Yeah.
you know why it would never work? Because it was never their money to begin with. Why? Because if I'm going over and flying over from a country, and I'm giving you,
Yeah.
I'm fronting you, whatever, I own you.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever you do with that profit or whatever, I still own you.
Right.
So if you decide to get political with it and build a community up, well, that's cool.
Right.
But you're doing that on my watch.
Right.
Unless you yourself go charter your own plane, you go across seas and you meet the other foreigners and you do all it yourself.
Yeah.
Then you can say, okay, I have a real independence to do whatever I want because this is my money. I made it from the ground up.
Yeah.
But because we still did a deal with the general and whomever,
Yeah.
it was never, I don't care what we did with that money. It was not ours to begin with. It was their money. So it was always a marked bill.
So let's dabble in some
See, another thing is they don't care about the drugs being sold. They cared about the bodies being found because of the drugs being sold. So that's why when you say the drugs and the guns wasn't that bad, how can you say that?
Well,
if they technically doing what they're wanting to do by wiping us out with
but from the
drugs and the guns.
from the perspective of a people that have no agenda with that money, that have no agenda with those tools. I'm not going to say these things like guns and drugs because we also have to understand that guns and drugs, these things are tools. These things are what they're weapons, right? They are weapons, but they're tools depending on how you're using them. And if we decided to not turn those guns on each other, but instead turn those guns against certain municipalities, those municipalities may look at us a bit differently. They may be a bit more apprehensive when going through certain neighborhoods.
But this is a game of chess, not checkers. So you gotta think about it this way. If they're the ones shipping the guns, they're the ones shipping the drugs, they're not going to give drugs and guns to somebody that's going to turn against them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to give drugs and guns to somebody that can wipe out my competition.
Right. Which is
dangerous.
Right. Which is why our leaders are gone. Let's take a step back for a second. It's very interesting because now we have a real consistent flow of things. Let's take a step back for a second and look at these the elements of criminology versus extremism. All right. I'm a everyday regular criminal, just dealing drugs. I'm a regular everyday criminal, just pulling scams, doing whatever, robbing, whatever. But when I start to tell my people to go out and vote, when I start telling my people to write your senator, tell them about the conditions in this area, that's when we get slapped with the terrorist marker. All right? There are two distinct individuals that I look towards when I speak about these things.
And I slightly disagree with continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Say it again?
I slightly disagree with that, but continue. Finish out your point.
Okay. So I look towards Larry Davis, and I look towards Jeff Fort. Now, these guys were individuals that committed crimes, so-called crimes in their communities. They created a lot of chaos, to the degree that it was caught on camera. But as soon as Larry Davis started to align his people politically, he's now transferred to ADX, Colorado. No communication with the outside world at all. Jeff Fort, situation is a little bit different, but then he's encroaching because he wants to align his people politically, get them into voting, get them into some healthy political, some healthy, or let's not even take it political. Because actually, Jeff Fort was more adamant about teaching a sense of self.
Boom. See again how you hit that every time.
I was going to say that.
It's always listen. It's always when you teach self-independence, do for self. They don't want to care. Because again, like I said, they've been preaching. Listen, they have campaigns and propaganda voting. Vote or die. You know what I'm saying? Who you think runs the media?
Right.
So they cool if you tell them to vote.
Right.
Because you tell them to vote into our system.
Right.
Come into our house.
Right.
Vote whoever y'all think y'all have, bring them to our house. That's cool. But they're still under our roof.
Right.
But the moment you say, okay, now with you and you align them politically, but if you say, all right, let's get a political party of our own, our own house, let's build our own building, and then there's an issue.
It's all about motives. It's all about motives. So like the people that you named, they had a certain motive.
Yeah.
When you talk about the Rayford Ellmans and the Rick Ross, their motive was basic, but they had a motive.
Yeah.
Get money, spread it with my family.
Yeah.
They not thinking futuristic or thinking, dang, I'm killing my community. You know what I'm saying? If you hear Rick Ross now, he talks about, damn, I had uncles and aunts that I was selling to that the drugs that I was selling somehow touched them, you know what I'm saying? And that fucks with him, you know what I'm saying? But the motive at the time was just get money, gain money, capital. I don't want to be broke. Mm-hmm. I don't want my family to live in poverty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But so when you naming a criminal, it's a motive behind it, pretty much, or motive behind him to why he doing what he doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the times it's just getting out of poverty. Yeah. Most of the times it's just I don't want to be broke. Yeah. I don't want to live this life forever. I'm not supposed to.
It's desperation.
Yeah.
It's desperation.
Or he just got into I don't want to work a 9 to 5. Whatever the motive was behind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people have motives of just, hey, I just want to help the black community. And of course it's, that goes against them because it's a game of chess. So
like even when you talk about the Italian mob. Yeah. Or whatever mob back in the days was like what was it, Prohibition around that time. Yeah. The deal on the table was, okay, listen, y'all can do this organized crime shit, right? But I need a favor from you. Yeah. I need you to help me get this person in office. Yeah. This person get in office, you can boost your liquor wherever. Yeah. I don't mind, but I need that favor to get such and such in office. Yeah. So that's always been the motive when you get that high level. Yeah. Is who can you get into my house of politics? Yeah. Just put down law, because I have laws. The U.S. have set of laws in place, and we need somebody, a face, to continue to roll it, put it out there, or put it in action, execute it, however you want to say it. Yeah. So that was always been the order, no matter what color you are. Yeah. So if we had like our greats, like Rayford Ross had some type of conscience to get in the political world. Yeah. They never had that conversation at the table. Okay, listen, we need you to get your black community to vote for Clinton. Yeah. But they got Clinton in there. They push you up. They got hip hop songs involved with Clinton. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
But this also, again, this leads me back to my prior point though, is that that's the reason why we have to get involved to a degree with the political system. And when I say getting involved with the political system, I don't mean, just voting for Hillary Clinton. I'm not talking about voting blindly. I'm talking about being able to vote tactically. All right? Or having the conscience to, if you're conscious enough and have a deep understanding, knowing how not to vote. Mm-hmm. All right? This was a election. This is something that people don't want to talk about. This was an election where you could actually get away with not voting. You could get away with not voting not because of there weren't any good choices, which there were not. There weren't any good choices anyway. But for the simple fact that some people out of revolution, for the sake of revolution, fighting against the system, voted independent. And actually vote for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson of all people was a literal shot in the foot.
But see, the problem is on the ballots, you look on the ballots, it don't have that political party that can relate to us. So yeah, I'm with you getting involved politically, but let's get involved again with our brilliant minds and let's put the Justice Political Party, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if we seen that on the ballot, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can check that right there.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people here independent because they don't know what, they just see independent meaning it's not Democrat or Republican.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they over-Democrat.
And ultimately that's what it means. Is that
Exactly.
Green Party, everything else falls under that spectrum. Let me ask you this. How long do you think it would take for us to get there? Because it takes a while, and in all actuality, with cell phones,